Representative Marsh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The ballroom was filled to capacity last Friday evening as residents gathered on the Southern Oregon University campus, prepared to give the Ways and Means Committee a piece of their minds. Over the next 2.5 hours, 60 speakers described the impact that state funding has on the programs and institutions that affect their lives: schools, group homes for children and adults, school-based health centers, community colleges, healthcare clinics, veteran services, and on and on. They were thoughtful, articulate, passionate, and plaintive about the need for funding to support individuals, families, and the local community. I was proud of my fellow citizens, both in the audience and on the dais. Elected leaders, many of you, made a significant trek to Ashland to hear from those whose day-to-day lives are impacted by decisions made in this building many miles away. You listened patiently and took notes, and you brought that testimony back to the Capitol. Next weekend, after a final town hall in Tillamook, Ways and Means will complete its listening tour of the state. And once the travel stops, the rubber really meets the road. It's great to show up, but frankly, it's not enough. Over and over again, citizens are telling us that they need more from us. 3-year-olds need early learning programs that support physical and emotional development. Workers who take care of our most fragile residents need wages sufficient to pay their rent. Addicts need treatment and support services that will allow them to break free from intergenerational patterns of dysfunction. College students need to be able to attend classes without taking on a world of debt, and cops need crime labs and training facilities to support their work. Last week, we heard a revised budget forecast that predicted additional revenues of about $200 million for the coming biennium. That's great news, and certainly affirmation of an economy that's going strong. But it doesn't change the basic trajectory of a budget gap that's upwards of $2 billion. Sooner or later, we have to face the hard truth that the tax system that we created last century is no longer adequate or equitable for our 21st century needs. If we want to provide stable, sufficient support for the services that Oregonians want and need, if we want to provide any meaningful response to the hundreds of individuals who have implored us for help, we have to do something different. We will have to be bold. I look forward to working with each of you as we go forward.